If you have lost your job due to COVID-19 and are seeking employment, the American Job Center may be able to help. Local Area Coordinator Crystal Scott tells us more.
Grant is DDWG, Disaster Dislocated Worker Grant. And these are federal dollars that we've received from the Department of Labor, that the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury is a fiscal agent of these funds. And so we here at the American Job Center have been tasked with identifying individuals who may be eligible to receive this funding. So the money is not paid directly to the job seeker. As I mentioned, the police jury kind of intervenes there. The staff have already identified various work sites, such as attorneys' offices, cleaning company, daycare center, kind of agencies who have seen an uptick in business and need a little bit more help with keeping their offices sanitized. Maybe during the height of the pandemic, there were some temperature reading requirements. So we had people out with a thermometer, checking people's temperatures, helping clients fill out COVID-related checklists. Just anything that a work site has seen as a result of COVID are what these employees are tasked with doing. That's how the employer is deemed eligible. The job seeker that we interact with is deemed eligible based on having been impacted by COVID. So that could be maybe their last job, they saw a reduction in hours because the company's business declined. Maybe they were laid off completely because the company's business declined. Or maybe they're just having a hard time finding a job because of the pandemic. So those are the individuals who would potentially be eligible to participate in this program. They simply visit the American Job Center. We are at 2424 3rd Street here in Lake Charles, or they can call 337-721-4010 and just say, I'm interested in the DDWG program. From there, we will connect them with the case manager who is assigned to this program. They schedule an appointment, bring them in. Really, we're looking at their work history. That's really the only determining factor to see how much that they've not been working. That's really what we're most interested in. And if they meet the eligibility criteria and there is a COVID connection in terms of why they left that last job, that's really the only determining factor. The program will pay them up to 1 year at whatever the prevailing wage is for that particular position. So, for example, if labor market statistics say that a child care worker is making $15 an hour, that's what we can pay the individual. So again, it's whatever the prevailing wage is. And we pay them in full. The parish handles the payroll. The case manager here stays in constant contact and communication with those participants to make sure they have what they need to be successful on the job.
Scott explains what happens when an individual is placed in a job, the 1-year agreement ends, and the program's funding ends.
We're providing you with a temporary worker. It is our hope that after this year, you kind of may be in a better financial state and you may be able to hire this person. So from day one, the conversation is worksite A, hire Johnny, please. But we get it. Maybe work sites aren't built that way. Maybe they just can't afford to take on another employee. So if at the end of the agreement, the worksite can bring that person on as a permanent full-time employee, great. If not, we're tasked with assisting them with finding other full-time permanent employment. So once the funding runs out, because as we mentioned, it is a federally funded program and there is a sunset for when the funding ends. Again, our goal will just be to plan for that. So let's say if it ends in a couple months, the case manager is working with that participant either to A, have those conversations with their assigned worksite to see if there's likelihood of them being kept on. And if not, we're using the other resources within the American Job Center to place them, such as our quarterly job fairs. We're having one coming up soon. So those individuals would be allowed maybe to participate in a job fair. Or just again, some of the other services that we offer through the LA Works website, through word of mouth, through job postings that may cross our desks that we feel may be a good fit for those individuals.
Slots are still available for the Disaster Dislocated Worker Grant for those that qualify.
We have about 8 individuals enrolled into the program. And we had kind of set just a very small goal for this because it was a new source of funding, so we didn't want to do anything too extreme. So we do still have a few slots available that we need to fill with DDWG for COVID impacted individuals. And so that's where we're hoping that our community can make those referrals. If anyone is unemployed as a result of COVID, we'd love to, take a look at their situation and see if they'd be a good fit. If they're not a good fit for that particular program, we are the employment office. We put people to work. So just because individuals may not be a good fit for this special funding, we have other funding, other programs, other resources, and also we have other mandated partners that we may be able to connect those individuals with to meet their needs.
For the Parish Line, I'm Margaret Higgins.